Jennifer Lawrence won a Golden Globe for playing an inventor in the movie Joy.
Our next guest reminds us a little of that story. Her simple but genius idea is something that makes life easier for the rest of us.
Oh, it sure does. Here to tell us about how she brought it to life, Becky Parr. Good to see you, Becky.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. You've talked to people all over the world about this invention.
I have.
But it's your invention. How did this get started?
Well, it was a bit of a sad story in the beginning because we moved from Texas to Michigan with a 13-year-old daughter. Don't recommend doing that. It's really hard.
Right.
And in order to acclimate her to this new society so she wouldn't sit alone in the cafeteria, I became the party house. So I was feeding teams, I was feeding sleepovers, you know, different numbers of kids were coming all the time. And I was horrified that the kid at the back of the buffet line would have no food.
You'd run out because the
And it did happen.
Yeah.
So out of desperation one day, I just took my baking pan and I put inch marks all around it with my ruler and a marker. And I thought, oh, I can't cut a straight line. Well, if you can't draw one, you can't go one.
I'm exactly the same way.
So I needed a straight edge. So I got out a dough cutter, and it didn't reach all the way across, but I realized if I lined up those marks and pressed down, I could cut 12 servings or 9 servings, or I could do 2x3s or 3x3s. And I was also a Weight Watcher at the time.
Sure.
And all my recipes said exactly the serving size, like 12 servings in this pan. And I realized, well, I can actually get 12 servings. And I won't be off my calorie count on Monday morning. It was wonderful. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to go to the internet and I'm going to buy that.
Right.
A whole lot easier than inventing it. And it did not exist. And that's when I went, wait a minute, you know, I might have something
there. I might be onto something right here, right?
You brought one in, and the way that this is all put together is genius, too. So this is the pan that you invented, and this is the portioner right there. So can you show us how it works?
I certainly can. This is actually our brand new pan. It's just been out about a year. It's our 9x13, and it comes with a cover. And this is so heavy, it will not fall out. And if any of you have had one similar, and you picked it up and the cake fell out, couldn't have that. The slicer is built right into the lid, so you will never arrive at your party without it. This slaps right off. And for instance, in this pan, this is a Weight Watchers recipe. I needed 12 servings, so I just cut on every third line across and down, and I have 12 perfect servings.
And your slicer is built specifically for that pan.
Exactly. You can see it goes edge to edge.
Edge to edge.
That way you don't ruin your coated pans by using a knife. These have a non-stick coating, and they are guaranteed not to warp, not to bend. They come with a lifetime warranty from BergHOFF. They're that strong.
Well, because you partnered with them. That's
I
right, when you got this
did partner with
idea,
them.
you decided to partner with them.
I certainly did, and that was so lucky for me. Because this is, well, I did get a provisional patent early on. I still had to have a partner because making this is very expensive. And I was introduced to BergHOFF, and they took one look at my silly little marked up pan and my marketing plan, saying, look, everyone's going to need this. Hostesses need it. And, you know, dieters need it. Diabetics need it. And he said it's going to sell all over the world.
And it has, because you've gotten some rave reviews in the food industry. What are people saying about it?
Well, one thing they're saying is that it will do for bakeware what the ice maker did for refrigerators, which has become just an absolute necessary benefit. Because if you can have one that has portion control, why would you buy an ordinary pan?
Right.
Exactly.
So they think it will kind of revolutionize the industry.
Well, I think about putting recipes together and trying to cut something into 9 or 12 slices, and I always wind up like, ooh, I'm extra hungry. I'm going to take the one that I cut big today.
Yeah, we get the big one.
Right. When you're tracking points like Weight Watchers do, or portion control or anything like that, you also mentioned, and you brought in this tray, it works great for entertaining because it makes everything look uniform and more beautiful. And I love how it's Husker themed.
I did that just
for us.
Even though I'm a Wolverine, I did this for Nebraska.
See, we can all get
Okay.
along.
But let me tell you, the secret to looking like a caterer is that everything is cut uniformly. And everyone used to think that I hired a caterer for my parties.
Who do you use for your catering?
Exactly. I
Right.
never told them any different, when all it really was the pan and the slicer that I used.
Well, and let's talk a little bit about your story, because here you are, you're going around the country, around the world, basically, people are buying your products, you're doing infomercials, you're doing TV appearances.
Yes.
You are a housewife looking to have kids at your house.
Yes.
What is it like to have taken that journey?
I would suggest that anyone that has a good idea to believe in themselves, because this could easily still be sitting on my kitchen table with my little marker. Most of the people that have really excellent ideas never take it to the next step, which is go get a patent. If you need it and you want it and you can't find it, chances are you've got a market for it.
Yeah. And this is exactly how these type of things should work. It should
Right.
grow organically from an idea
Yes.
that you're just trying to solve a simple problem. You're
That's
not an
absolutely
inventor
right.
trying to strike up the next big invention. And they come in different sizes. They come in different shapes and sizes,
Yes,
right? So
they
what do we
do.
have over here?
Okay, we have the 9-inch deep dish pie pan, the 9-inch brownie pan, the cake pan. There's also a cookie sheet, which is what I made all these cookies in. I no longer bake individual cookies. I make a solid sheet, and then I cut ever how many dozen I need.
Perfect.
And then, of course, the 9x12, which can come with or without the lid. Obviously, it's our best seller because of that.
Well, I love it with the lid because the perfect slice just attaches right into the top of
It
the lid.
does. You will never get there without your slicer, and every pan comes with one.
Awesome.
Well, we're looking right there. These are the places where it's available, the Perfect Slice Bakeware. You got Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, JCPenney, Sears, Wayfair. Are those the only places?
Oh, no, they're all over, but they're
the main
only
ones.
available online right now. And the small pans run $19.99. The cookie sheet is $29.99, and this beautiful covered one is $39.99. They make a great gift, and the whole set is really very reasonable, which is why it gets sold a lot as bridal gifts.
Yeah.
Fantastic story, fantastic product.
I'm not
Thank you
a
so
huge
much
baker,
for being
but I
here.
do cook, and it'd be great for casseroles.
Absolutely.
Fantastic,
It
not
is.
just desserts.
It absolutely is. In fact, I do quiches in it very, very frequently.
Yeah, Becky, thanks for your time. Great
Thank
invention.
you.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.